Hi everybody, Rich from Taylor Guitars here at Kraft Music Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know, we've cut a couple of videos talking about everything from body shapes to our different series, but I want to talk to you about something that's really important, and that's the Tonewood. Now, the Tonewood that we want to talk about is the back and sides. There's three basic Tonewoods that you can get on the back and sides. You can get Mahogany, you can get Rosewood, and you can get Maple. So how do they sound different, and how do they fit into your tone arsenal and your collection? You know, 90% of every acoustic guitar sold are those three Tonewoods. So Mahogany tends to be, if we start with Mahogany, that's our 500 series. That is a very flat-sounding wood. It is a basis wood. It's a great wood to use for rhythm playing, rhythm comping, setting a mood. We don't want to use the word dark because it's not dark sounding. It's flat. It doesn't have accentuated high end, and it doesn't have accentuating low end. Rosewood, on the other hand, is available in a lot of series of guitars that we make because it's probably the most popular tone wood in an acoustic guitar. You can get it in our 200 Deluxe series. You can get it in our 400 series. You can get it in our 700, 800, and 900 series. So why so many series with Rosewood? Well, because of the appointments are different. The look is different. But the overall sound quality is going to be really, let's use the word centered and focused on singer-songwriters and vocalists. And the reason that we say that is because Rosewood has a dip in the mid-range. So you have an accentuated low end, an extended high end, but a dip there, and that's where your voice lives. So singer-songwriters, you're going to love a Rosewood guitar. So now let's talk about Maple. Maple is in our 600 series. Maple has a rich history in the bowed instruments. So violas, cellos, things like that, clear back into the 18th century and on, as a very mellow and exacting tone wood. You can make a Maple guitar sound pretty much any way that you want, depending on how you attack it. Think about some of the Maple guitars that are out in the world. A lot of electric archtop guitars that are Maple have a real warm, jazzy sound. Well, that doesn't lend itself to what most people think about Maple being bright, does it? Cellos and violas, things like that, they're not necessarily bright. They're a beautiful instrument, but it depends on how you attack it. So Maple tends to also have, let's use the tendency if it doesn't have any decay. So when you strike a note, it's done and it's over with. It's ready for the next note. So lead players love Maple. Rhythm players that want to be heard in a mix are going to love Maple. So you need to give Maple a whole nother look if you are thinking that Maple is not the instrument of choice. It truly is, especially with our new voiced 600 series. So that gives you a basis of the big three Tonewoods, from Mahogany in our 500s to Maple in our 600s to Rosewood in our 200 Deluxe, 400, 7, 8, and 900 series. And I shouldn't forget that we should talk about Koa, because Koa is a great mix of all three of the basic Tonewoods, and it provides not only beauty, but all of the tonal qualities that you might need. So I hope that gives you an overall view of the different Tonewoods that are available. And if you have any other questions about those, please reach out and contact your sales advisor at Kraft Music, and they'll help guide you to the right Tonewood. Thanks.